Okay, so here's the Brad Meltzer episode with Alex Jones, and this is from NWO Taser. They uploaded it on the 27th, but it's from the 25th. And here we'll just listen to what Alex has to say with Brad.
The newest one is the Inner Circle. And
oh. Okay.
We are live, and Brad Meltzer, best-selling author, New York Times #1 best-selling author of a long string of books. His newest one is The Inner Circle, and BradMeltzer.com is the website, and they've got their Secret Societies episode set to air on Thursday night on the History Channel. And I don't know how much of this we can get into, but I was bringing these points up to him during the break when we just got him on a few minutes ago. We got a lot to talk about. But Brad, tell us about the show. Tell us about why you guys contacted yours truly to be part of your Secret Society episode.
Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, we were going to do this episode we wanted to do on the Ultimate Secret Society. You know, better to me than Skull and Bones, better to me than Freemasonry, better to me than, you know, because it exists today, and that is to look up Bohemian Grove. And our job on Decoded every week, you know, History Channel came to me and said, give us your 10 best mysteries, conspiracies, and we'll give you a team to look at them and try and figure them out. And that's what we do every week, Thursday nights, as you know, 10 o'clock and 9 Central. And when we started looking at this one, we said, okay, what's the best modern secret society? And it really is Bohemian Grove. And as
Bohemian Grove. So, you know, you saw in my Mozart video, the estate of Bohemia on the 227-year anniversary year of Mozart becoming a Freemason. So I'm not going to play all this because it's lengthy, and I really don't care for this Brad Meltzer guy. He's a fast talker. He's not bright when it comes to speaking on the radio, I guess, for interviews. But I guess he's a good writer, and he's a good television host. I don't know. When you listen to this interview, you'll realize that he backs himself into corners many times, and he goes from sounding nervous and talking really quickly to decoded host mode, where he just kind of falls right into a rehearsed sounding factual spiel. So, but if you know, I'll put this link below. But if you go back and watch it, and I do urge you to watch it, kind of just try to suffer through it, and you'll see that he does mention he worked for the Department of Homeland Security and was asked to brainstorm different terrorist scenarios, which in code or just listening to what he's saying is, let's think of some false flags that we can create to help push our agenda. So I really encourage you guys to watch this. We'll go ahead and go over to Wiki and Wiki Mr. Meltzer, because it's really interesting how he got his start. And where he's from. He is from New York originally, but his family moved to Florida. He graduated high school in Florida in 1988, which was the last year of Reagan's presidency. He's a April Fool's baby, born 1970. He is a best-selling American political thriller novelist, nonfiction writer, TV show creator, and award-winning comic book author. And you just saw how, you know, the comics that I show, obviously they're all in the media deception. So he grew up in Brooklyn, moved to South Florida, where he graduated from North Miami Beach Senior High School, which is very close to where the piano was found. Obtained a degree from the University of Michigan. In '93, Meltzer lived in Beacon Hill, Boston, Massachusetts with roommate and fellow comic writer, artist, Judd Winnick. Judd Winnick, if you guys are familiar with MTV and The Real World, you know, that like one of the first original reality shows, Judd was one of the people living in the house, and he was a comic artist, and he actually met a girl on the show and they got married or something. I don't know, but I remember that show. So I thought that was interesting. They were roommates and friends, and they work on comics together. So, and if I ever get around to Arnold Schwarzenegger got his start in Hollywood with MTV in an anti-drug music video, and it was Reagan who got him in the door. So let's see, he goes on to say that Meltzer in '96 created what may have been his first ever author website for his first novel, The 10th Justice. In addition to his novels, he was the co-creator of a television series, Jack and Bobby, which ran for one season of '04 and '05 on the WB. So you got WB, he works for Warner Brothers. Reagan worked for Warner Brothers. He created a 6-issue story arc for DC Comics' Green Arrow, number 16, from October '02 to April '03, and the controversial '04 miniseries Identity Crisis. Meltzer was one of many writers and artists who contributed to Superman Batman, number 26, a tribute book dedicated to Sam Loeb, the son of writer Jeff Loeb, who died of cancer in '05 at the age of 17. Meltzer scripted pages 11 and 12 and 19 of the book, which was cover dated of June of '06. See, he wrote for Justice League of America series. He received the Eisner Award for Best Single Issue, and was presented the award by Samuel Jackson and Gabriel Mott. So, in September of '06, Meltzer participated in a work group along with the CIA, FBI, various psychologists, and Department of Homeland Security intelligence staff to brainstorm new ways that terrorists might attack the U.S. Interesting. So this book of lies that they're pushing, I'll leave a link below so that you can see what that was all about. I thought that was pretty interesting too. And of course, he hosts the history series Brad Meltzer's Decoded. And while conducting research for his novel The Inner Circle, former U.S. President George Bush gave Meltzer a copy of the secret letter that he had left in the Oval Office desk for Bill Clinton. And, you know, he talks about that on Alex's show, and it's just, you know, a bunch of other crap to keep you distracted. Here is the Dilbert comic strip from January 25th. There's a lot to read into on Dilbert, but, you know, I'll let you guys get into the specifics of that amongst yourselves. Box 1 says, the government announced tax incentives for new capital investments. That's great. Now we can pursue marginal attractive opportunities with our overburned staff. Overburned staff. Is he always like this? Yes. I'll just divert resources from our top priorities. So the clue is overburned. You know, all the top comic strips, I'm sure, are involved in the media deception. So let's check Dilbert for the 27th. Okay, and this one was in my other videos. Asak, I guess you would say that. Asak, I need you to go to Albonia. It's too cold for airplanes to operate there, so you'll need to use the underground route. So, in that first box, Albonia, or not, but it's too cold to operate airplanes. Underground route. Okay, so then we have fly into Switzerland and follow the sewer systems from there. Stick to the side of the sewers where it's drier. Fly into Switzerland. Well, Switzerland is where CERN is. CERN is the place where I believe they manipulate time and space. So Asak says it's a suicide mission, and Boss says you'll need a warm jacket and a rat hammer. So I mean, the important thing here is Switzerland sewer system, because the CERN is underground. It's a 27-mile cylindrical tunnel, similar to a sewer. So